All right, and here's the Berserker Predator and the Falconer Predator, and all. Oh my goodness! Hello, toy fans! I'm here with another one of my toy openings. This time, I'm taking a look at a bit of a twofer here. One of them has already been opened, and I apologize, but the boxes are essentially the same, with the exception of one piece. That other figure is the Berserker Predator. You know, and I've done a review of the Berserker Predator from NECA, but I didn't do one for Lanard Toys, and it came out pretty much over a year ago. It's a great figure. It's been on my shelf forever, and I just hadn't gotten around to that review. However, I figured I'd go ahead and show the second series release of the Falconer Predator. Now, the Falconer Predator from Predators itself, and you'll see it here, Falconer Predator from the movie Predators. It is a new release. It is a part of the second series of Lanard Toys Predators 7-inch collectible figure line. Now, it does have the hunter weapon accessories. We see it's 7-inch and fully posable. It is a part of the Predator collection, and then we get that nice Predator over here on the side of the box. Now, he is displayed inside really nice, and this is one of the Predators that I absolutely love from the series. I am hoping that eventually they will do a Tusk, or also known as Tracker Predator, from that, but I am hoping that they will change up the chest a little bit, because he's one that actually has 2 crosses of bands on his chest versus having almost the same armor as the other. However, Berserker and Falconer have very similar armor, so it's easy for them to reuse a lot of these parts. Let's go to the back. On the back of the box, of course, we get our Predator logo up there. We get the 7-inch Falconer Hunter battle action figure. Now with these, it's got a nice blurb about the Predators and about them being on Earth and hunting and finding out who's hunting who. But I really like here where it says, test your metal and choose your Predator. Grab them before they disappear. Let the hunt begin. And it's a nice nod to all the toy hunters, because that's what we do. We hunt these toys in the wild when we go out to try to find them in stores. So I really like that blurb. I think it's a lot of fun. We get to see the Falconer over here. And then we see it has 25 points of posable action, posability, wrist blades, and a Falcon drone. I'm so glad that they put that Falcon drone in. Even though it's such a quick piece in the film, I really am glad they have it, because that means that they're paying attention to what's been given to us and kind of what we're wanting for these figures. Out of the line, I know that we've got the Falconer. We've got the City Hunter, which I have both of these. Eventually I'll do a review of this one, but I really don't want to give the older City Hunter a chance to not have to retaliate and give him his, well, maybe I should give him a spotlight. And then, of course, the Jungle Hunter Predator here that is not cloaked this time. This is the only one that I haven't been able to find. Well, I rephrase it. I found it, pass it up, and haven't found it again. So eventually I'll get that one in my collection. Now, that's all I've got to say about the Falconer Predator inside the box. The box is pretty much the same as the Series 1 boxes, and there's really nothing else to say. We need to get this one out and get to hunting. And of course, here is the Berserker Predator and the Falconer Predator in all of their glory. Out of the package, out, and I gotta tell you, I love their design. Of course, with Lanard Toys, there's some complaints in certain areas, but for the most part, it works for what we got. Starting with the Berserker, one of the things that I really did like about this figure is the fact that he comes with this nice bronzing here. And it's not too bright. With the Falconer, his armor is fairly bright. This one, not so much. It's got some really nice paint app for the eyes, really nice paint app for the jawbone here. Now, out of package, he comes with this little laser, and let's see if I can get there you go. It sits on his shoulder, much like the Falconer's, but his other accessory he comes with is this giant laser. Now, this thing does not fit in his hand any other way. It doesn't fit in like this. He can't actually hold it, but it does fit on this ball joint that sits right up on his shoulder. And to add to it, he comes with this little stand that helps it kind of rest on his shoulders. I like the look of this one on him because he feels like a little bit more the big bad guy. Now, these Predator figures, they have, of course, a ball jointing in the neck. They've got that ball hinged shoulder, those ball hinged elbows. They've got kind of a ball jointed wrist, though it feels more like a swivel than anything else. You have that ball jointing in the waist that allows torso to move around. You've got ball joints in the thighs, along with hinged knees, and then the ball jointed feet, which allow it to sway and move. Now, one of the issues I have with my Berserker, and I'm going to put this in his hand here, is that he has a weak knee on this side. One of the issues I have with my Falconer is he has a weak leg on this side in the thigh. And this is something that I don't understand why this particular body type seems to have issues. Now, all in all, they have beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tooling here that shows off a lot of the designs, a lot of the armor plating on the legs. The dreads are a semi-pliable plastic. And the blades are also affixed on the arm, so they're not going anywhere. These are kind of a softer plastic here, so you don't have to worry about them causing any hindrance with the legs. Now, a few things in areas of concern. These figures are really $10. They're $9.96 or whatever at Wal-Mart. And they're Lanard Toys, so they're, kind of quote-unquote the off-brand. But they're really, really good playable figures. They're very toyetic in what they do. They've got, rotating cannons, and you've got the nice movable heads, and you've got all this articulation, and it feels pretty beefy in that you're not going to break it unless it falls off of a, 10-foot shelf, which has happened and broken City Hunter Predator's legs. And it got replaced by a good friend and listener of our podcast and a watcher of this show. But all in all, they're beefy and they're chunky, which is different than what NECA is doing. NECA is building toys that are really meant for collectors. This has kind of got a play value to it where it feels more like you could play with it. So there are going to be some areas where we have a loss in paint, like this band here, the band going across to the back, and even the bands on the legs don't have a lot of paint application. You kind of get it where you need it, but you don't have it everywhere that you might want it. So that might be something that you want to paint in the end. Another area that I was kind of upset with this particular figure is that I was really hoping that we'd have gotten some sort of nest on the back or something to have this thing sit in onto a spot on his back, because in the movie it actually lands on his shoulder. That would have been more tooling. I can understand why they didn't want to do it, but this shoulder would have been a really good shoulder to do that. Now, granted, we've got one that has an extra blaster in his hand, but he has, that oversized blaster, which is cool because in the movie, if you remember, it gets bigger as it swirls to shoot out. You got the other one that actually has the drone. The Tusk figure, I'm hoping that they will, or Tusk, I say Tusk because he's got two tusks, but it's like Tusk or Tracker. I really am hoping that they will do that figure as well. And it makes me wonder if we'll get that new torso that actually has the bar cuts, the bands that go across his chest, and if he might come with one of the horned predator dogs that we see in the movie. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but it would be really cool if we did. And it would be, let's say, a deluxe figure. I would totally still buy that. And it kind of makes me wonder now that, they've been putting these out, if they're going to be doing, say, maybe the Predator, the movie, maybe a giant size one that's, a 9-inch figure, that could be a deluxe figure with maybe some of the Predator dogs. I'd like to see Lanard Toys continue on with this line and even maybe produce other aliens. We can get the same wave of aliens and put them in different colors, maybe even one of the warrior aliens in black, maybe the big chap in a dark blue, and maybe the runner itself in kind of a dark green or a forest green color. I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to them because they're the ones that know. But fans are really digging this, and it's something that I think that they should continue on with because I love it. And at this point, having 2 waves of Predator, 1 wave of aliens, I really don't want to stop. I'd like to continue on because for me, this is a good continuation of Predator for me, where I don't feel like I'm out of pocket too much for getting to have my toys. Now, that's all I gotta say about the Berserker Predator in all of his glory, and the Falconer Predator, which both of them are absolutely beautiful. Remember, they're not dolls. In this case, they're really mean hunting down action figures. Okay. When I'm not recording videos here on YouTube, I'm actually over on a podcast on marvindogmedia.com called Talking Toys with Taylor and Jeff. It's a really cool toy podcast. Be sure to check it out. Also, I need your help getting my YouTube channel to grow. Be sure to subscribe down below with that big red button. Hit that bell for notifications so you can be alerted of anything that comes from me to you. Like this video, it helps YouTube know that you like what I'm making, and comment down below. I like chatting with you all.